Hi guys, and welcome to the second season of Thunderstorms called Downpour. If you have not listened to the first season of Thunderstorms, I highly suggest you go listen to that now, as the rest of the story will probably not make sense, but that is completely up to you. As always, this series is written by Stacey Holt. If you'd like to support this series, please like, subscribe, and comment. Artwork was provided and approved by Sisaat on Tumblr. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Please let me know if I did that wrong. I'm not sure. I will leave their link below in the description box. Please go check them out. Their artwork is absolutely amazing. I love their artwork so much. But anyways, this is a collaborative series. The voices in the series are not only myself, but my friends as well. Shane will be voicing Cat Noir and Adrian. I will be voicing Marinette, Miss Bustier, Felix's mother Amalie, Sabine, and the narrator. Maddie is going to be voicing Tikki and Rose. Nick will be voicing Felix, as well as a reporter. Ashton will be voicing Plague, Kagami, Natalie, Alia, and Julika. Keaton will be voicing Luka. Freeze will be voicing Marc and Wayz. Suprey is going to be voicing a reporter, a beach jock, and an officer. Scott is going to be voicing Kim. Brad will be voicing Tom. Mylene will be voiced by Stormy333, Lila will be voiced by TheJuicyStuff, Calvin will be voicing Nino and Hawkmoth, Nathaniel will be voiced by Dylan, Iris will be voicing Sabrina, Chloe, and Adrian's mother Emelie will be voiced by Anna, Master Fu and Ivan will be voiced by Christian. You can find links to their social media and their YouTube channels and all the other links as well in the description box below. Now, Chapter 5, Her Fear.
I got you a green tea. I hope that's alright.
Adrian smiled, opening his bedroom door. His smile faded into a shocked expression when he saw his father standing over Marinette as she sat on the couch, almost as if she were being interviewed for a murder. The air was tense. He swallowed and rushed over to her side.
Father? What are you doing in here?
He asked nervously.
Adrian, why is she in your bedroom? Why is she here at all?
He glared.
She's supposed to come over for dinner, remember? She won the fashion show. I invited her over early after school since she was supposed to come over anyways.
He said, handing her some tea, seeing his father not liking his excuse.
I was going to tutor her in some homework until we had some dinner tonight.
Adrian said, lying.
Tutor?
He raised an eyebrow.
Yeah, she missed a class the other day and I was going to catch her up.
He smiled.
Fine. I will see you this evening for dinner, Miss Dupain-Chen,
he said, walking out of the room. Marinette sighed a breath of relief and opened the tea and chugged it, as if she had cotton mouth.
Are you alright?
He laughed nervously. No, she panicked.
What did he say?
He said, taking a bite of a sandwich that he had on a plate. He wanted to know what I was doing here. I froze up. I couldn't speak. He told me to have a seat and we waited until you got back. It was too much. Maybe I should just leave, Marinette said, shaking.
Marinette, it'll be alright. We fight villains every day. You can have dinner with my father.
He laughed.
Just take a deep breath,
he said, putting his hand on top of hers. She did what he said and cleared her mind, though it didn't help, but acted like it did.
Want to watch our show?
He smiled, walking over to the door and locking it. Though the gesture wasn't anything sexual or dirty, her mind went straight to the gutter. Her cheeks flushed red, and he wondered what he could have done to make her blush. He grabbed the remote and jumped onto his bed, clicking the TV on, watching Marinette walk over to him awkwardly. He patted the spot beside him on his bed and smiled, watching her sit beside him.
You can act like your normal self, like I do at your house. Just loosen up. My home is your home, princess.
He laughed, pulling her toward him. He knew she was still uncomfortable at his home. Not only was the encounter with Gabriel overwhelming, she has never been to his home before. He knew that if she felt comfortable at first, now that his father burst in and scared her, she wasn't going to be comfortable now. His civilian self also still made her nervous. What could he do to make her more comfortable? He knew that her alter ego made her more confident, but she was too responsible to use her alter ego for self-gain. But he wasn't. He looked over his shoulder and smirked at Plague, who groaned, knowing fully well what he was going to do.
Plague, claws out.
Marinette's eyes widened and saw the arms that were encased around her that were once bare turn into a leathery black. She turned her head and found Cat Noir right in her face, closer than a kiss away, her nose touching his as her face turned, his bright green eyes smirking at her. "Why did you transform?" she asked, confused, as well as a little shocked.
I know you're uncomfortable in my house. My father came in here first off, and now in my house for the first time, now in my bed with me as Adrian. I know you say you're comfortable around me as Adrian, but I know you're lying. You're more comfortable with your knight in shining armor, Cat Noir, right?
He wiggled his eyebrows, making her roll her eyes as well as give a slight laugh. "I am comfortable with you as Adrian," Marinette said.
Okay. You're more comfortable around Cat Noir, though. You can't say I'm wrong.
He smiled, pulling her closer, watching her face turn redder. "Fine, maybe just slightly," she smiled.
Oh? So you're gonna let all the Lady Noir fans down?
He smirked. "Not at all." She rolled her eyes, booping his nose. Cat Noir laughed, pulling her into a tight hug as they laughed together as they laid on the bed. Time seemed to have stood still once again. Though he was right. She seemed to have relaxed around him as Cat Noir. It did make him a little sad, but he understood why. She was nervous around all of the new surroundings, and Cat Noir was always there for her since the beginning. He was familiar. He was her partner. He was her stability. She needed that, and he would do that for her anytime. He would just need to work on getting her to not be as nervous around him as Adrian. But that would just take time. "Adrian?" she said, looking into his eyes.
Yes?
He said cautiously, wondering why she called him by his real name instead of Cat Noir like she normally did. "Should we talk to your dad, or do you want to just call the entire thing off?" she said in a sigh.
Wait, I'm confused.
He sat up, upset and confused, turning to her. "What I mean is..."
We're dating. I want to date you.
"Adrian, let me finish."
Marinette, I'll talk to him. I promise, you don't have to worry.
"Adrian, let me finish." His eyes widened. She was right. His mind ran away with him before he could even let her talk. He didn't even let her speak. He was just trying to stop her from speaking because he was afraid.
Alright.
"I mean, we can still date, but in secret like we've been doing. Just not in our civilian selves. There wouldn't be any Chloe or Lila drama. There wouldn't be any drama with your dad," she said, with a saddened smile, almost forced. He could tell it was a hurt smile. She didn't want to. "You could come to my house as Cat Noir, and I come here as Ladybug. We can date each other as Ladybug and Cat Noir, and just not as civilians. Our civilian selves are just not realistic," she said.
Realistic?
He asked, confused. "No one would believe you actually like someone like me. That's why everyone believed Chloe and Lila today," she frowned.
Who cares?
He said. "I do."
I don't.
He protested, turning her to look at him. "But Adrian, you don't understand." She dropped her head so she wouldn't have to face him.
What do you mean?
He asked, confused. I'm scared." She lifted her head up in a whimper.
I don't understand. Please, tell me.
I don't want you to be Cat Blanc again," she said, a tear falling down her cheek. Thank you so much for watching. The next chapter will be out soon. If you haven't already, you can go check out my other series, such as The Butterfly That Brought Us Together, A Monstrous Night, or Melting. Anyways, I really highly encourage you guys to go check out my friends' links below, as well as Sisaat or Sisaat on Tumblr, for allowing me to use their artwork, because their Tumblr artwork was just super awesome, and I really appreciate them letting me use their artwork. So just go give them all your love. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.